Hello Nancy, it's currently Thursday, February 27th, and this is a summary of what we did the last time. Before I start, I want to show you something. It's a website called Allison.com, and they have a course. All their courses are free, and they have a course about the coronavirus. And so, based on data from 44,000 patients. So I received that this morning. Hey, there is a course on the coronavirus. I'm like a bit curious. I click on it and I see this this lesson. It's free, huh? So you can check. And I don't know if their facts are still accurate. Okay, so based on data from 44,000 patients with the coronavirus, the WHO says. So the WHO says it's like where is it? That's another slide. Let me show you. It's like an organization, world organization about health. It's like I don't know. And so that's the lesson, courses, coronavirus, background, symptoms, etc. Okay. And they give you the list of all the different organizations who are in charge of communicating data with the world. So that's the first slide. I'll just do that. Okay, soft load. This kind of, there we go. So you have the World Health Organization. The World Health Organization. This is the WHO, I guess. And so they said that they have a bunch of data and they are sharing this kind of information to other people, to other countries. Okay, 6 seconds. And their data may not be up to date because it's changing every day. And this one. So they give you the symptoms, etc. They say it's from the bat or the large seafood and live animal market because it was virus that was from the animals. So it's like there is a contact, animal to human contact, and after human to human contact, etc. The complete clinical picture with regard to the 2019 nCoV is still not fully clear. Reported illnesses have ranged from infected people with little to no symptoms to people being severely ill and dying. So they tell you how you can get it. The air by coughing and sneezing, close personal contact such as touching and shaking hands, touching an object or surface with a virus on it, then touching your mouth, nose or eyes before washing your hands. Rarely fecal contamination. Okay. When person-to-person spread has occurred with MERS, it's like Middle East respiratory symptoms, and SARS, it is thought to have happened mainly via respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Okay. The same as the flu and stuff like that. So, they say within 14 days you can start developing the symptoms. Fever is the main one. You have pneumonia. So what happens in the hospital, they give you like, if you have pneumonia, an inflammation of the lungs, so breathing may need to be supported. Patients are given oxygen. In the worst cases, may be put on a ventilator. About 1 in 4 cases are thought to be severe. In milder cases, patients struggling to maintain blood pressure can be given an intravenous drip. Fluids can also be given in case of diarrhea, they made a mistake. And ibuprofen is also available for pain relief. Okay. So that's the data I was showing you at the beginning. 81% develop mild symptoms, 14% develop severe symptoms out of 44,000 patients, and 5% become critically ill. The proportion dying from the disease appears low, between 1 to 2%, but the figures are unreliable. Thousands are still being treated but may go on to die. So the death rate could be higher, but it's also unclear how many mild cases remain unreported. So the death rate could also be lower. To put this into context, about 1 billion people catch influenza or the flu every year, with between 290,000 and 650,000 deaths. So they talk about isolation, stay at home, call ahead if you develop symptoms such as a cough or fever, separate yourself. If you live with others, then you should stay in a well-ventilated bedroom with the door shut. If you share a bathroom, then use it after everyone else. Don't share towels and toiletries. Dispose of waste carefully. Your waste should be double bagged. Order food online, or ask your family or friends to help. Okay, well, that's a nice thing because it's a free course, and they just organize. They help people to get organized, how to isolate yourself, how to, to not expose the other people to your viruses. Okay, so anyway, you can check that out. It's short. It's not really big. And let's get back to unclear number 2, which is here. In the dark. In the dark is you don't see. There's no light. Turn on the light. How can you work in the dark? Lots of animals can see in the dark. Does your camera work in the dark? Does your camera work in the dark? To be in the dark, you don't know anything. He kept me in the dark. Not like physically, but he kept me in the dark, and also be like, he never told me anything. I was kept in the dark, like he had a mistress and I was in the dark. Not knowing anything about something. Did you know about the surprise party? No, I had no idea. I was completely in the dark. Don't be in the dark about your health, what's in your food, how to prepare for an emergency, and the dangers of global warming. To be afraid of the dark, have a fear of being in the dark place. The children are afraid of the dark, so they have a nightlight in their room. To be sound asleep, to be completely asleep. Did you hear the thunder last night? No, I didn't hear a thing. I was sound asleep. Chances are. Probably. This expression doesn't change. It's always used in the plural form and always used in the present tense. Where's Andy? He was asleep in class yesterday and he had a fever last night. Chances are he's home in bed. Or chances are he's sick. Your turn. Think of a person in a time zone far away from where you are right now. What time is it there? Write what you think they're probably doing right now. Follow the example. It's maybe 6:30 in France right now, and chances are my mother, for instance, is watching TV and eating dinner or preparing the dinner. To be over, to be done. And so we have two meanings here. Well, it depends. When we talk about the relationship, a strike, a war, a movie, a TV program, a semester, a game, or a party, we can say the relationship is over. It's over. We are through. Or a person cannot be over. You cannot say I'm over instead of I'm done or I'm finished. I'll do my homework when this show is over. No, you'll do your homework right now. Turn off the TV. Call me when the party is over and I'll pick you up. When vacation is over, I'm always ready to get back to work. The day after their honeymoon was over, they went back to work. When the Olympics were over, the athletes all went home. The programs will be over at 9 and I'll call you back then. In contrast, we can say to be done with something. I'm done with my project. And to be finished with something. I'm done with my homework. We're finished with our test. To go out of somebody's mind. To be or become crazy. I have so much to do, I'm going out of my mind. Or I'm going out of my mind with all this work. I'm going out of my mind with all this work. Maybe you need to take a break. This expression is often followed by an ing form. He is going out of his mind, living here. He's going out of his mind, working there. He's going out of his mind, worrying about money. And he's going out of his mind, trying to find an apartment. When you have a plural subject, make mind plural. They went out of their minds trying to get a reservation. A similar expression is to be out of one's mind, to be crazy. First, people go out of their minds and then they are out of their mind. So you can go out of your mind, and after the result of that, the consequences of that would be you are out of your mind. So to go and to be. You're out of your mind. Why are you driving so fast in this traffic? They are out of their mind. How can they ride their bikes at night without lights? So I'm going nuts. I'm going out of my mind. I have a lot of work. And now that I've been working like a slave for the past 6 months, I'm completely out of my mind. Because that's the consequences of this long-term project or mission. Other expression that can mean crazy, to be nuts, to go nuts, it's in the process of going nuts. Bananas, insane, of one's worker. Nah, that's not, we don't use it. So to go nuts, I'm going banana, it's getting old, this one. And insane. So far, the new expressions are to be in charge of, they sure are, to get online, it looks like, or he looks like his father, etc. It sounds like, or he sounds like his mom. To go out, to be out, come back on, work on, in the dark, be sound asleep, chances are, be over, be done or finished with something, go out of somebody's mind, to go out of my mind, I am out of my mind. Okay, so we're gonna go through this exercise and this one as well. This one is good, and this one as well is good. Choosing the idiom, and we can also work on that. We're gonna listen to the recording. Well, Nancy, you have an excellent day. I hope we're not gonna shut down the schools, because that means many parents are gonna have to cancel my classes. And but let's see how it goes, because safety first. You have a nice Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9. You take care, Nancy. Bye-bye.